Guys, let me know when you're there. How's the audio? Can you hear me? Perfect. Give me some time. I'll be coming back. Perfect. Let some people get in. We're going to be talking about Luxo, VeChain. We're going to talk about Iotex, Matic, Reserve Protocol. Give it about another minute and we'll get into it. If you got any questions, if I don't answer it, just keep on asking and I'll see it come up on the screen. Seeing your questions now. Just keep on posting your questions. I'm seeing your questions. About another minute and then we'll get started. I like polka dot. Have you guys been listening to the podcast? Sharing. We're almost there. Give it one more minute and then we'll get started. It's the name of the podcast is Keeping It Real with Viking and Mac. Again, the name of the podcast is Keeping It Real with Viking and Mac. All right, so who in here is buying LYXE Luxo? I don't know if any of you have been. I put it up on the podcast and then I started putting it up on the Telegram. Again, the Telegram is Blockchain Universe. We also have a website, blockchainuniverse.net. Again, so the Telegram is Blockchain Universe. And you can actually reach the Telegram by going into blockchainuniverse.net. And again, I'm doing a podcast with Viking, keeping it real with Viking and Mac. That's a podcast we just had. Thomas from Safe Haven. We had Larry Pang from Iotex. We had Ian Friend from Ferrum Network. We have a whole bunch of other people coming in, crypto project heads as well, that are going to do some, they're going to be our guest on the podcast. So yeah, just wanted to get that out there. And again, if you are new to this channel, subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified. Again, this is not the time to be missing out on information. I'm not going to say that I am the best or I'm this or that, but I do connect with a lot of crypto projects, and not fluff. You know, there's a lot of fluff right now in the market. There's a lot of people that are being deceived and buying things. They see green, they see pump, and they just buy. I'm into things that are real. You understand? And I know for the moment some people might like, well, why is this not pumping and this other thing named sushi is pumping, or hot dog is pumping and this other thing is pumping. I don't get into that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to put my money into something that, hey, you might make some money. You might make some money. I'm not going to say that you might not. But I like real things. I like VeChain. You know what I mean? I like VeChain. I like LUKSO. I like Matic. I like reserve rights. I like those coins. I like Ethereum. I like Polkadot. You know what I mean? That's what I like. I like these type of things. So, again, I wanted to do a video today, but I've done a lot of podcasts, a lot of different things, and I will be doing a video later on this week. Let me put this down. I will be doing a video, so just again, remember to like. You don't have to like, but remember to subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified. But I will be doing a video on what I'm going to be talking about now. So what I just want to do is just to, get you guys updated so you're not left behind. What I expect from Luxo, all right? Ticker symbol LYXE. You got to look at the advisors. You got to see the partnerships that are already coming and more to be coming. To me, this is what I mentioned when I talk about Luxo. That it reminds me of RSR when it was sitting at 0.002. And some people are like, well, it's at 77 cents, it's at 80 cents, it's at 90. Listen, I'm buying this, gobbling it up under $1, okay? I expect this. Let me start here. We all know the name Vitalik, right? Ethereum. We know Charles Hawkinson from Cardano. We know Gavin Wood from Polkadot, and these are all Ethereum, co-founders and people that have, that are well known. Okay, it's time to know the name. If you don't know the name, and I don't know why you wouldn't know the name, Fabian Vogelsteller. All right, and he is the co-founder of Luxo. Do some research on Fabian and understand what's coming when we're talking about Luxo, okay? And he is the creator of ERC20 tokens. He was there with Vitalik. And here's the thing, Luxo is not in competition with Ethereum, okay? In fact, one of the lead developers of Ethereum is involved in the Luxo project as well. Fabian talks about that Luxo is the sister of Ethereum. Okay, so I'm not going to go so deep into this. I'm just trying to give you an introduction of what you should be looking at. Again, I never give you financial advice, all right? But what I did call reserve rights, I said reserve rights is the LeBron James still in high school. For those of you who follow basketball, I would say the name, but I think many of you wouldn't understand that terminology. Just understand that this is one to be going after, and I'm telling you that I'm just gobbling up LYXE. Okay, so going more into that, we got the advisors, okay? When you go into their website, look at their advisors, partnerships that I believe there's certain ways to say things, right, without saying it. And I think they're saying it, and I don't want to get too deep into that, but you can see what's coming, okay? So we got Nike Digital. Okay, we're on the topic of Luxo right now. All right, Nike Digital. We have the president of Chanel of all of Europe. Okay, we have, I believe, the vice president of Burberry. We have a high representative of Instagram. And we have a fellow director of BlackRock, right? If you're not familiar with BlackRock is the monstrosity of monstrosity when it comes to firms. All right, 7.2 trillion in assets. All right, so this is what's backing Luxo, right? This is what I look at. Okay, so that's why I compared to reserve rights when I was talking about reserve rights at 0.002, and we saw PayPal, we saw Sam Altman, we saw Peter Thiel, and we saw some members of the PayPal mafia, you understand? We saw Coinbase, right? I already knew that they were working with Binance. So I already saw that as a no-brainer. All right, so that's why I'm comparing Luxo to reserve rights. And if you remember, if you're there with me when I started talking about reserve rights, and there's many of you who do because you message me and you say, wow, I'm so very thankful that you started talking about reserve rights. Well, I'm talking about Luxo right now. And I think, listen, I never tell anybody to buy. Never do I tell anybody to buy. But I will tell you, do your research on Luxo, okay? Ticker symbol LYXE, okay? Mainnet comes February of 2021. So what do I expect when it comes to exchanges? Right now they have a RICO, a reverse ICO, which Fabian is doing, and I believe a lot of other crypto projects will pick this up and adopt the way this ICO is done. Again, this guy is a trendsetter. If I'm not mistaken, he is the one who coined the term DeFi. Also, now he's coining a term called phygital, which is physical and digital. NFTs is going to be the next hot thing. Right now you see DeFi, NFTs. So there's a lot that's going to be happening with Luxo. Everything I've just said right now, it's just check mark after check mark after check mark after check mark for no brainer for me. For you, I can't make that decision, you understand? But for me, it's a no brainer. Again, talking about Fabian Vogelsteller, it's like mentioning Vitalik, okay? It's like mentioning Gavin Wood. It's mentioning Charles from Cardano. It's like mentioning things, but to me, he's in that tier. So I expect, okay, so now we want to get into market cap. And again, I will do a video. I'm just trying to give an introduction so you guys can be a little bit ahead of the game. I expect the market cap for this coin to be around 500, 600, I think at the very minimum, million, close to 1 billion sometime next year. That should put the price around, I think at 500 million, it puts it around $10, if I'm not mistaken, when it comes. I think the circulating supply, again, the tokenomics are not very clear, but the token supply should be 48 million. I know some of you see 3 million, but when everything comes into play, it should be 48 million, and the max supply 100 million. To me, this is again, I like easy, simple. When I get into Ferrum Network, I'll be using that word simple. But to me, this right here, what you're listening to, again, not financial advice, but if I was on the other end and hearing this, I would just be like, what? And if I wasn't familiar with Luxo, I'd be like, what? This is a no-brainer. Again, everybody has their own opinions. Everybody looks at other things, and I understand that. But again, it's just I compared the same way when I saw reserve rights. This is the same way that I'm looking at Luxo. Again, do your research on Luxo, ticker symbol LYXE. Now moving on to VeChain. I know there's a lot of people that get nervous, and why isn't it pumping? And again, we'll talk about the hot dog coin, the popcorn coin, or the other coin, the whatever, the caterpillar coin. I don't know what other coins are coming out, but and they're pumping crazy, and everybody's getting hyped up about that coin and this coin, and VeChain. Some people are worried and nervous. Names like in that new what is it called, CAFA, and VeChain is the sole public blockchain that's going to be used, and they're going to be they already got clients already in there with the names of Starbucks, Walmart. We already know about Walmart, McDonald's, IBM, things like that. And I don't understand why people get nervous or they have a little bit of trepidation when it comes to VeChain. That's another no-brainer to me. I like talking about real, legitimate coins, right? With real, legitimate partnerships and real backing, right? That's why, I like reserve rights. That's why I like Luxo, and that's why I like VeChain, because it just can't be the technology. You got to have some powerful backing, and the names of VeChain, Luxo, reserve rights, they have that powerful backing. So if you're nervous about VeChain, go ahead and be nervous. I'm not nervous about VeChain, okay? Again, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. I know most of you that follow me, you already know about VeChain, but sometimes you need to hear it again. Listen, don't be nervous about VeChain. Again, not financial advice, but again, just read a little bit and try to connect the dots, and you can see what's coming for VeChain. This is big, big news that for some reason people just are caught up in the other fluffy, ridiculous coins that are doing some nonsense out there. But when it's all said and done, and all these other nonsense coins start dying out, things like VeChain are going to prove a lot of people that, hey, you had your chance, you had your chance, you had your chance, and there's going to be a time where you look back at these prices, just like we looked back at 0.002, we looked back at those prices and we're like, man, if I would have bought more. There's going to be a lot of people saying, man, if I would have bought more. Again, not financial advice, but you see that it's building a base here. And when things build a base, the stronger the base, it's when it takes off. And I've been using the word violent when it comes to VeChain. We've seen already one violent phase. We're going to see at least, I believe, 2 to 3 more of these phases when it comes to the price. So very bullish on VeChain. Okay, very, very bullish on VeChain. Again, I'm going to be doing a video, so I don't know who's listening. Just wanted to touch on these things just in case some people might be missing out. But go do your due diligence and research VeChain because you don't want to miss out. Let's jump into Iotex, or should I go into Matic? Let's go into Iotex right now. I had no idea of what they were doing until that podcast that we had. Viking and myself, we had a recent podcast with Larry Pang of Iotex, and my goodness, and I even said it in the podcast. I said, I'm sold. I'm sold. It was just like, I know in my mind has I have 5 different questions that I want to ask at the same time. And they're all like bullish. My mind was that's how I felt with Larry Pang from Iotex. So again, if you've never heard of Iotex, I believe you should go listen to that podcast, Keeping It Real with Viking and Mac. That's myself and Viking. And we have them on, and there's a lot of information there. Okay, guys, a lot of information. So again, I'm going to be putting out a video. I couldn't do the video. I just wanted, this is more like an introduction so that you guys can really be ahead of the game. All right. Because I know there's a lot of noise out there, and it's hard to kind of move through all the garbage, and that's what me and Viking are trying to do. We're trying to bring attention to some of these coins that you need to be looking at. I am going to touch on Matic. I am going to touch on Reserve. Let me just go on to Safe Haven, and then I'll get into Ferrum Network. All right. Safe Haven. There's certain things. One of the things that I love about Safe Haven, and when it comes to communication, they know how to give you information without crossing the line, right? There's a line that you can't cross because that's too much information. But my goodness, do they do a great job of just getting you that information just right to the line. And, big ups and big shout out to Thomas, Longino, and all the Safe Haven community, even the members, man, who are well versed when it comes to the SHA token, ticker symbol SHA, coming from the VeChain ecosystem that just partnered up with Matic as well. Very proud of that. Matic's doing some special things, but so I wanted to touch on that a little bit. But what I will say, okay, so I'm going to do my best to give some information here. What I will say about Safe Haven, all right? So pay attention, okay? Keep your eyes on Safe Haven. I would say about, and I can say it like this. Around 3 to 5 months from now, maybe even sooner, and this is not financial advice, you're gonna be looking at these prices and you're going to be like, okay, I missed out. That's all I'm gonna say about it. There is definitely a lot of things happening. Okay, so, some of you might say, are you giving me a hint for something or for some things? Yes. Can I trust you? I can't answer that. But I can tell you that I expect, you'll understand 3 to 5 months from now. You'll understand. You'll be like, oh, that's what he was talking about. USA and the other one. And that's all I'm going to say. Don't ask me. I can't answer those questions, but I know how to get to the line without crossing it. You understand? I know how to get to the line without crossing it. So Safe Haven is one of those to please keep your eye on, and I would join the Telegram and try to ask as many questions as you can, try to get as much information as you can, but yeah, that one is gonna sneak up on a lot of people. Remember I told you that, okay? Safe Haven's gonna sneak up on a lot of people, And so let's just move on before I start talking too much. So spoke about Luxo, I spoke about VeChain, I spoke about Iotex. Again, Iotex, more information. If you really want that information, go on to that podcast, Keeping It Real. That's the one I have with Viking. It's called Keeping It Real with Viking and Mac. Again, we did a podcast with Thomas of Safe Haven. So you can find that one there too. Another great, my goodness, Thomas really killed it there. Larry Pan killed it. And now this is a perfect segue to the other podcast we did with Ferrum Network, Ian, friend of Ferrum Network. And what comes to mind, and again, go listen to that podcast as well. Okay, if you want real legitimate coins with some gems, there's some gems there. Okay, again, I don't give anybody financial advice. I don't tell anybody to buy, but there's some real crypto gems. Ian Friend from Ferrum Network put out some interesting, let me put it like this. He put out great information when it comes to simplicity, all right? Talking about staking, talking about double confirmation when it comes to the wallet. Again, for mass adoption to really happen and take place, we're going to need these things that are coming from Ferrum Network, okay? A wallet that your grandmother can use, right? You can send it via email because it's a link, right? It's not that complicated. So again, I'm just trying to give you an introduction, but if you want more information, go listen to that podcast. Again, the key word there is simplicity. And they came out during 2018, winning awards. This is one of those that's, the bear market. Again, we see a lot of these coins that I'm talking about. If they can withstand the bear market, and what does that tell you when it comes to the bull market? I would love to speak about the bull market, and I have so many things to talk about, especially the year 2022, when I believe something's going to happen. Some of you are wise. I've seen some of the comments that you put on YouTube on some of my videos. You figured out what I am talking about. You know about the 7 years, but I'm not going to get into that right now. I want to touch on these coins and try to do a bit of a introduction, spotlight to get the attention out, and then we'll close it. But again, I will be doing a video. So we spoke about VeChain, we spoke about Safe Haven, we spoke about, we still have Matic, and we still have Reserve. I don't know if you've heard the news. First of all, if you don't know about Matic staking, that's a money machine. Literally, it's a money-making machine for me. I don't know what people are doing. Seriously, Matic is a money-making machine. I don't know. Do you like passive income? I while I'm sleeping, I'm making more Matic. Well, you know what? Right now, I'm just staking Matic. It's just making me money. It's a money-making machine. I love passive income. I love compound interest. It's just, I don't know. I like that. I think you should like it. Now, one of the interesting things when it comes to Matic, I don't know if you guys are familiar or if you've been hearing the news, the stable coin that's coming out, and stable coins that are coming out. Just keep your eyes on that. You should look at one of the advisors, which to Matic, which has a position in Coinbase, and he's talking about a stable coin. Again, do your research, figure it out. There's a lot of things happening there. I believe that Matic, when it's time for Matic to explode, Matic is going to do some crazy price movements to the upside. All right, so not only am I making money just by holding a crazy amount, I don't even know where it's at right now. I don't know if it's at 36%, 37%, 33%. But I've been in since the very beginning where it was at even at 1,000%. I mean, just crazy numbers, right? Matic has been really, really, really good to me. And I love the team. Love the team. Uh, Big shout out to the Matic Mitras out there as well. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Um, I should talk about this too. Oh no, I'm not gonna get into that right now, because this thing will get way too long. So I'm gonna try to bring it to a close here, and talk about reserve rights. I mentioned reserve rights when I was talking about Luxo, ticker symbol RSR. If you haven't heard about reserve rights, you should research reserve rights. Again, when I mention VeChain, I look at the partnerships, I look at the backing, I follow the money, all right? Reserve rights, I look at the partnerships, I look at the backing, I follow the money, okay? That's why I'm very, very bullish right now currently on Luxo, okay? I look at the partnerships, I look at the backing, I follow the money. And I believe that reserve rights is still way undervalued. We know that PayPal is going to have a lot to do with blockchain technology. We know that PayPal and reserve rights have a special connection. And I'll throw even I'm not going to throw VeChain right now into that mix because I don't want to, complicate things. But we'll just say that reserve rights right now with PayPal and Coinbase, they're still not listed on Coinbase. Um, Again, it's a monster. I don't know what else to tell you. You got to do your research on reserve rights. So if you haven't heard about reserve rights, you should go do your due diligence on reserve rights. Okay? The price that I expect is not where it's at right now. It's not where it's at right now. So again, you take what the market gives you and you wait for the next cycle price movement towards the upside. If you're going to take profits, that's at least what I tell myself. I can't tell you that because I can't give anybody financial advice. I don't give anybody financial advice. This is just my opinion. But these are all coins that I'm talking about that I believe you guys should be doing your due diligence and research. And for some of you, me and Viking have done the homework for you with these podcasts. Go listen to them. All you got to do is sit down, take some time, and listen to Larry Pang from Iotex, Ian Friend from Ferrum Network, Thomas of Safe Haven. We got those podcasts, and there's more to come. All right, guys. I don't want to go way too long. Wanted to put this video out there, so we'll put it to a close. And yes, there's going to be a video coming, and maybe multiple videos. But I've been focusing more on the podcast. But again, remember to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any information. Because I believe, again, not financial advice, I believe these can be life-changing type of results, especially when it comes to capital and things of that nature, financial things. All right, guys.